when you look at what's happened in the credit market since the beginning of the year and the volatility that's been happening, and even longer backwards to 12 months, the fixed rate part of the credit market has clearly underperformed. And that's really because when you look at fixed rate, when you're a rising rate environment where you've got the expectation of higher inflation and higher rates, fixed rate bonds have a fixed coupon. The only way they can reflect the higher rate environment, higher risk-free rate, is through their prices. Floating rate credit, on the other hand, the coupon readjusts every 3 months. So if the credit environment remains the same, but interest rates go up, the coupon increases every 3 months with the floating component. And so what it creates is that you look at the performance of fixed rate asset over the last 12 months, and you'll see some negative numbers there, whereas floating rate assets have done pretty well. The other thing that's interesting is when you look within the fixed rate world, you've got assets with high interest rate duration that have underperformed assets with lower interest rate duration, irrespective of credit quality. So investment grade credit has underperformed high yield bonds. And that's because investment grade is about 8 years of interest rate duration, when high yield on average has about 4 years of interest rate duration. And so when you look at the performance to January, the 12 months performance to January, investment grade corporate bonds were down about 2.6% for the 12 months to January 22. And when you look at high yield bonds, they were up 1.6%. So you can really see that depending on if you're floating, if you're fixed, and within fixed where your duration is, you're going to have very different return profile. And so at the moment, we've been really focused on keeping our portfolios more towards the floating rate part of the environment. But since the beginning of the year, the fixed rate part of the credit world has starting to show some value.